blast off and the clock has started.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Hey guys, welcome to the latest installment of the Mart podcast series. I'm Trip.
I'm Nathaniel.
I used to be Mark.
And with our special
No, he still is.
And we have a special guest that I'd love to introduce himself because he's got so much going on. Plug yourself, my man.
Hey, man, I'm plugged in. This is TK coming live from this new podcast here. I'm doing music, so I guess that's what we're talking about, right?
Is that what you want to talk about?
We're talking about you.
It's like French Revolution history.
What are you talking about?
I mean, shit, I don't know, man. I'm high. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Napoleon was a bitch.
Yeah,
we're talking about music today, and
I guess I'm going to teach you guys how to play chess.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So this is actually kind of a special episode. This is our first live podcast with other people besides everyone being recorded and/or AV people. So hello, live audience.
Wow.
Please clap.
Hey.
Sorry, they're only on their first drink, so they're not super hyped.
I know it's a surprise, but we actually do know females.
So getting into it, why don't you give us a little story about? I met you in Denver through the group that we all met.
Yeah.
So why don't you give us a little precursor about your music history and just a little about you, man?
All right, man. Well, I mean, I started music when I was 8 years old. Like, I got into singing, and they offered me the lead role of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and apparently I blew their minds. And then from there, you know, it was just
You went down in
on the
history.
up and up. So I just continued doing music and singing. And
Did you get to play all the reindeer games?
No, he wasn't
you get to
invited.
play all the reindeer games with me yet? No, I still got like 5 of them left. But from there, you know, I just continued singing, and then, you know, went to Florida State University and did opera over there and music theory and yada, yada, yada. But I never, like, took my degree and took it seriously. So I started touring and stuff. And that was fun. And that's how I started meeting all you crazy mofos.
So, about the touring, you kind of technically met Nathaniel once before you two met.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, I wouldn't say so much met.
Yeah, I just happened to be playing a show at a festival that he was at way back in the day.
2018?
Yeah, 2018, yeah.
So I watched you perform like 2.5 years before I even knew who you were as a person.
I know, that was a wild realization when he told me that. Because I was a reggae band back then. We were called Deja Vu. And, you know, our music's all over, like, the musical plateaus, if you want to check out that reggae music. I was the drummer and second singer for that band. And, you know, we just got plugged with that stuff, and we were just chit-chatting about festivals we've been to, and it was like that. I was like, oh, I was there, too. I was on stage, though.
What a small world this whole little thing.
It's a little scary how small the world is.
Yeah, right? And we only live in one part of it.
Apparently so we think.
Wait, is that how that works?
I don't know, man. I've been working on teleportation, but, you know,
I would like to
they
think...
just don't come back the same.
But that's neither here nor there.
I would like to
Yeah,
think
right.
I'm more like Dr. Manhattan, where I can just experience everything at
Maybe like
once.
Manhattan, Kansas.
Oh, man. We can't do
back to-
that now, man. We're in a pandemic, dog.
So back to music.
Yeah, back to music.
I'm always the guy that wraps everyone back.
All right.
That's how you know it's bad.
We do have our tangents.
It's okay, man. Tangents are good.
They're so sweet. They're like tangerines. Anyway.
Tangent reens?
Okay, fuck you, man. So I want to get into touring a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was in a band and we did quite a few like local shows in DC, like whatnot. Did you play the 930 Club ever?
No.
All right, well, it's a shitty little place I played at. It was a big deal for my band at the time.
Yeah,
There goes our
I
sponsorship.
never landed a show in D.C., but I have been, like, further up north on that side, yeah.
But I never got to tour. All I know was like taking the shit from your house, taking it to the venue, and then taking your shit back. So give us a little day in the life of touring.
Well, it's pretty much that, but the distance is longer. And, you know, being on the road, you know, it kind of like wears the tears on you, like sitting in a car so much.
Would you say that was the Turing test?
I honestly thought that the Turing test was actually like making it through the show without fucking up. But when I first started, you know, like you get antsy, you know, bubble guts, all that stuff. And It was like planning and all that stuff was done by like everybody had their own duty in the band. So since I was a drummer and I had the most stuff to carry, I would like take care of like making sure that we had a place to stay, or making sure we had enough money for food and all that stuff. If the concert or the festival didn't provide, usually majority of the time they provided, so that was always cool. Having your room waiting for you. You ain't got to deal with like checking in and all that stuff. You just like telling you're a part of this festival, and then they just give you a key to your room. It's fun times, When you go day to day of touring, though, it'll wear and tear you, man, because free stuff is cool.
Well, yeah.
A lot of free stuff is cool.
Well, so you guys didn't have a manager, so you guys had to split duties yourselves then.
Yeah. Like, we didn't go the manager route because I told them, like, if we can't do it ourselves, which the reason why I said that was because it was a teaching lesson. You're supposed to know your craft and all the, like, ins and outs of it. And I was like, no, we should do it this way, because once we want to get a manager, at least we have some knowledge and we're not just like saying yes to everything they're saying. And it worked out for us. I mean, we made a lot more money because you don't have to pay the manager and
100%,
all that. Yeah,
100%.
And all that stuff. And, I got to do some cool things. I got to open for 311,
That's
Revolution. Sick. I met Stephen Marley, like Slipknot, Seven Dust, and the list goes on and on. But I toured for 8 years before I moved out here to Denver, and I've been out here for like 5 years.
What was your least favorite part about touring?
My least favorite part about touring, I would say, well, I mean, women, no, nah, not the women. I mean,
The men?
you ain't got to. Yeah, Mark, you weren't a part of my life back then.
That's very true.
I didn't have a nice soft head to rub on.
I'll take
I would say, like, getting to the venue and everything being changed. Like, bands drop out last minute,
Okay.
but they don't email you and tell you that, and you get there and they're like, oh, you're headlining. You're like, what? What does that mean? Does it mean we get paid more?
Did you get paid more if that happened?
No, I was like, man, let's just get her done.
Probably
If we got
paid
more
publicity.
money, it was because, people bought T-shirts, like
Okay.
bought our music and all that stuff. But, yeah, some people want to get paid more for headlining, and it's right. It's true. You're at the top of the pyramid at that point.
It's all a scheme.
Yeah, it's all a scam likely.
Well, I know
I get those calls all the time.
Yeah, right,
What?
man. That's like all of our girlfriends, right?
Well, I know that there's a story about if anyone who's listening. I don't know if you know you guys know the bands or not, but Avenged Sevenfold and Bullet from a Valentine were touring together, and Bullet from a Valentine started this whole like social media campaign that they could drink more than Avenged Sevenfold, and their Avenged Sevenfold's response video was 4 seconds. We're like, we don't care because you open for us.
Oh yeah.
I think it's called Shots Fired.
Yeah.
4 second response video and just destroyed everything.
Yeah, right.
You can
like
do what you want.
pretty
but you,
much.
You
yeah.
open for us.
I mean, it goes to some people's head. I try to stay like humble, cause I have a caring heart. Thanks, Mom.
I wish I had one of those.
Yeah, I leave it at home certain days.
The mom or the heart?
The heart. Mom's not even nowhere near me right now. She's back in Florida.
Back in Florida.
Yeah, back in Florida.
Do you want to get back on the road again now that
That
we're in
is
unprecedented
the
times?
plan. I'm actually like working on this acoustic album right now. I'm doing it by
sick.
myself, but it's not just acoustic and me. There's like harmonies, and I'm doing like beatbox and adding piano, but I'm doing it all myself. So like,
So you're putting your best foot forward.
yeah, my best foot forward, which it happens to be my left foot right now. Broke foot mountain here.
Yeah. So
Checking in.
Just to give everybody at home a little bit of a visual, what's going
Visual.
on. This guy jumped a fence and ended up breaking his foot pretty bad, and now he's got 2 pillows in the studio. Poor guy.
Yeah, that's gonna be my country song that I write.
If he were a sitcom, he'd be the full cast.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Well, getting into it. So you started off as a singer, right? And you obviously pretty much know every instrument. That's how we got along so well. Is 'cause
Yeah,
we kept on fucking rotating
Yeah,
instruments
right.
back and forth. So what got you into instruments, and what made you keep on fucking going for other instruments?
So I got asked to sing for a band in high school. That's like back in 1998 to 2002. So
I was technically alive.
yeah, you're technically alive.
I graduated a year after you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm old as
Nice,
fuck.
Man.
God, you people are old.
Yeah, look at us,
Yeah.
old folks.
Give black
We
side.
don't even know
Black
how to,
side.
We don't even know how to high five.
Oh yeah, they didn't know that I was black. did they?
2016.
They do now.
What? Hold on. You're telling me you're black?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I am metal. That's what my shirt says.
I don't see it.
Thanks.
Oh, you turn the lights
Michael
on. turn the lights
Scott.
on.
Oh, that's why I
That's
can
like-
only see your smile and my TV disappear.
Oh,
Okay, we're
you
gonna stop
love it.
right there and go back to the
Jesus
question.
Christ.
But yeah, so I I got asked to sing for my first rock band in high school. I had never listened to rock before, never heard of I
Never
knew
heard of rock.
songs, but I didn't know that was rock. Because I grew up in a ghetto. There weren't too many white people there. Maybe one teacher.
The one that had to help inner city.
The one, yeah. She was always the math teacher.
She got broke up really
She was
bad.
good with numbers, man.
She got
I
broke
have
up.
a feeling she always wore the knitted vest that has a cat on it.
No. These ladies. these,
Nah,
no.
she was actually cool. I'll never forget her, man. Miss Mosier, she was cool. She's like a redhead, feisty teacher.
Yeah, because these
That explains your taste in women now.
Yeah.
Well, these teachers are usually the ones that do that. They get broken up with real bad in college, and they're like, I'm gonna go help kids, and they go to inner city,
And then
they
they go
make
to-
a difference.
Yeah, right. They really did. I mean, that's how I ended up in music. She inspired me, and my music teacher, Mr. Rivera, inspired me. Which is funny because he came back in my life in high school, which is weird.
So, Trip, are you saying that's a pro tip for life for all the guys in college to break up with their girlfriends so they'll make a difference in the world?
Yes,
I
you're gonna grow a lot after college.
Yeah, I mean,
I stopped
that's
growing
the
in
whole
high school.
Point. That's the whole point, right?
I've been the same height
Getting
since
back
then.
to it, so you're in the rock band.
Yeah,
and we're
so
talking
I
about
got to
instruments.
sing with my best friend, and we're gonna call him MH right now because
Ooh, anonymity.
MH, yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
So he asked me to sing for him because we were in chorus together. He was a tenor, and I was a baritone. I was a baritone that could sing tenor, alto, and bass.
Little Lottie doll.
Yeah, so never written music before in my life. Never heard
Music.
I mean, yeah.
Thank you.
You deserve that.
Never
I really hope that
paid
sound
attention
comes
to rock
mic.
music or anything like that. But my mom listened to Celine Dion, but Motown and all that stuff. So
I
I, grew
love
up
Motown.
on and Boys to Men. I grew up on and of course hip hop. Outkast.
Were you a Bone
Goody
Thugs and Harmony
Mob,
fan?
and was I a what?
Were you a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan?
Oh, of course, man.
Who's not, man? We're all 90s kids. pretty
Yeah,
much.
right. Biggie, Tupac, all those guys. And then, they were like, you want to lead sing for a rock band? And I was like, why not give it a shot? And then that's when they gave me Nirvana, Nevermind album. And yeah.
Okay, quick segue. Have you heard about the weird controversy going on with that album?
Oh,
right
yeah,
now?
the dude that's suing
They
them
had
now.
to take the baby penis off the front of the album cover.
Yeah, but the guy is in the process of suing them, right?
Yeah,
now,
because
yeah.
they used his image or something.
And he wasn't he
Are you
didn't
talking
give
about babies on the cover?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the guy that
he's
was
suing
the baby.
he's suing Nirvana for putting him on the cover now because he didn't give them consent to do that.
Well,
You know
he
what I
also
hear,
didn't
though?
Have consent because he was a kid. His parents or his legal guardian have to give consent, and that's gonna be a lost lawsuit.
I mean, coins up in the air right now. We'll see if it's heads or tails or both.
At that point, do you
I
think it's
prefer
a,
both.
If it's Kurt,
At what point?
Cobain, it's definitely not heads.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Ooh.
I wrote every
Is it
single
too soon?
Also,
I
Is
wrote
it too soon
I wrote
since he's in the news now?
I wrote every single paper in college about Kurt Cobain that was a free write.
Yeah,
That's how much I love
my band
Nirvana.
was Tool.
Tool.
I was a huge Tool fucking head back in college.
So would suing Nirvana be suicide?
Dude, I swear to God. Dude, I'm going to burn you at the stake. We're all going to clap and dance just like it's fucking 1665.
I'll try my best to protect you, Mark. But,
I love it.
since I only got 1.5 legs, I can't do too much.
1.5.
Yeah.
You should say 2.5.
No,
Penis
1.5 legs and a kickstand.
So getting back into it. So
So I started doing that, and we wrote songs.
Well, what was it changed for you to pick up instruments though?
Once I started playing with those guys, I pretty much got tired of waiting for band practice to write lyrics to music. So I picked up a guitar and looked at my best friend playing guitar and just tried my best to mimic what he could do. The musical knowledge didn't come till a year and a half later on guitar. But everything was literally by muscle memory and seeing what he was doing and then just drilling myself to get better at it, because in music, muscle memory is what you rely on the most.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's really everything.
That's why you have to keep your muscles fine-tuned.
And that's why I haven't picked up the guitar up in a few months, and I tried to play the other day. It was horrid.
I haven't touched a guitar in 10 years. I'm sure I am real bad now.
I don't know,
Oh,
man. It's
man.
like riding a bike.
That's like me
I
with
can't
the
even ride a
violin
bike.
2 days
What?
ago, man. I haven't touched one in 8 years.
Hold on.
Wait, we gotta
We
talk
got a
about this.
segue here. What?
Oh.
Have you never ridden a bike before?
No.
What?
Why?
I can't, because I grew up in the middle of nowhere off a country highway.
That's
so
the place to ride bikes.
Where?
On the side of the
Anywhere.
highway.
On the side of the highway where people
You
are going
got a
90
whole
miles
field.
an hour. Just start off-roading? No, I never learned to
Yeah.
ride a bike because we had cars.
Off-roading?
No,
How'd
just
you get around as a kid? Teleport?
Bro, if he has
had cars.
you better not.
We drove places.
As a kid? You
Well,
had
I
your
didn't
license?
drive. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have a childhood.
Wait, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, man.
Okay, now they got real sad real
So
quick.
what was your imaginary friend's name then?
I actually didn't even have imaginary friends either. I was just really weird.
Oh, really?
Not that I'm not still anymore, just now I pretend to have friends.
What do you mean pretend? We accept
Yeah,
you.
right?
I pretend y'all are my friend.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So we're your
As long
imaginary
as you don't
friends.
accept us, that's what matters.
Realities lie.
Yeah, right.
Reality is what you make it.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's why I make the best of it.
So I think something's cool that we have in common is we both went to school for music theory, and I kind of want to dive into, because I've never been able to talk to anyone about this before, but music theory class.
Oh my God, dude. It is. I'd put it up there with military training.
I would literally have a teacher hit me with the baton or whatever the fucking.
Oh,
the
yeah.
conductor's
I've seen
one.
Whiplash. I know how it goes.
Dude, I shit you
Bro.
not. That's how music theory is. They will
They
beat
drill
the
and
living
drill and
shit
drill.
out of you.
And since I was doing vocals,
How does that work? Do they slap your Adam's apple?
they better not, because then you won't be able to sing after
I don't
that,
know. They,
man.
bash
you lose
people's
breath
knuckles.
if somebody hits you in the
It's like
throat.
those TikToks when they hit the horns
No, learning all first of all, learning all the paper knowledge, reading staff and time signatures and keys and all that stuff.
Well, what a lot of people who've never taken music theory at all don't understand is how much of a language it is. It's not.
It's just all different language, but it's a language that
It's mathematical.
people do disagree about certain songs and stuff, but it's a language where nobody really hates.
It's the only universal language that we have.
Yeah, it's the one you go over to Europe and the person doesn't speak English, you put on a song, they know every word to it from America. Same thing with us too, because their music's coming over here more now. So I got a few.
Well, I just the whole militaristic, like you said, almost.
Yeah,
training
you got a schedule you have to abide by. Usually you have vocal training every day, and sometimes you're on your back, sometimes you're pressed against the wall.
Wait,
sometimes-
they make you what?
Yes.
breathing techniques and all that stuff. You have to learn. Yeah.
You have
all
to
that.
stand up against the wall or lay down. What?
Crouch. And then do breathing techniques because it helps with your posture and all that stuff. Yeah, man.
I didn't know that.
So
bro.
when you're done with it, does that make you depressed?
Nah, man, it makes me confused.
No, so like with the guitar and stuff, like they used to put like they have to tie like little gauze and like put it in between my fingers because when you're in a music conservatory, or whatnot, you have to have like an applied instrument, right? Like his was voice, mine was guitar, so we both trained classically in that kind of shit, right? So they would do all these crazy shit to like increase your dexterity, increase your diaphragm's pressure, lung capacity and whatnot. So they would do all these crazy things. Like I had to put gauze between my hands, and it killed my fucking knuckles because I was ripping them apart.
What does the gauze do?
So I could stretch farther.
So stretch his fingers and
Oh,
stuff.
like.
And that was before they came out with like the things that you can like
Yeah.
build up muscle strength and stuff
Huh.
like that. You know, back in '72, you know what I'm saying?
Numb was crazy.
Yeah, they just invented the wheel. But
Oh,
yeah,
really?
man, like all those like training, and then, you know, the actual like classes where you have to do book work. You walk in and you're thinking that you just turn in your homework and you're about to start your lesson, and they start playing Bach. And they play it for 30 seconds. And they're like, oh, you're supposed to graph this. They don't tell you.
What do you
They
mean?
just start playing once the class.
Graph it.
Huh?
So
Well,
give
you have to
so-
write it out. You have to write out the sheet music.
Oh.
And you only get 3 tries. They play it once so you can hear it. And, you know, like, and then they play it again so that you can get the other clef, which is bass clef. The bottom clef is bass clef. Top clef is treble clef. And they play it one more time, and then you have to like figure out like the augmentations or diminished chords that,
Gee, fucking augmented and diminished chords. I to this day I just fucking hate them.
bro, they don't, man, they both sound like they are piercing your soul. And it's
Well, because
like,
they're confusing. Because like one's one even sharper flat note, and
Yeah.
you're in a totally different fucking key, and it
I
makes a
know,
totally
man.
different
It's
thing.
crazy. One thing that's cool about music, though, is the alphabet of music is just 8 letters. It's A through G. That's it. It's everything that's intricate inside of it that makes it more difficult.
100%. Like the circle. I don't know if you know, especially our listeners right now that know a little bit about music theory. Like
The circle of fifths,
Circle-
the
that's
circle
what I
of
was about to say.
fourths. Yeah, man.
If you guys want to go out and learn yourselves with music and stuff like that, especially if you're in TK's situation where you're just trying to pick things up, go and fucking learn the circle of fifths. Because if you learn circle of fifths, you can talk to any musician anywhere at any time.
And music is like, it's universal within the community too. Like everything is applied to the instruments, like the numbering and all that stuff is all the same. It's just like applying it to your voice, which is also considered an instrument, or your guitar, your piano, your ukulele. I mean, your bagpipes, like whatever. Like
Fuck bagpipes.
Yeah. Right.
What was the first instrument you learned?
What?
What was the first instrument you learned?
The first instrument I learned was guitar. The second was drums. And then I fell in love with drums.
Dude, that's how I did it.
I fell in love with drums because, you know, it was an easy way for me to get like all my like ghetto
Frustration
ass fucking frustration. But and then from there, you know, I was just like, well, why stop here? Why stop
100%.
here? Picked up a bass, learned that, started learning hand percussion, you know, and then
Once you start picking up a few of them, it's a little easier to start learning. other
like
things.
learning all the others, like
I have a challenge for you.
what?
Learn the mouth harp.
The mouth harp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it like a harmonica? What is it?
It is okay. I don't know how to explain it. It looks like a almost like a retainer for your teeth,
Okay.
but you put it in your mouth and it's got
Yeah.
like a little doohickey up here,
and it's like
and it's like yeah, it does that. But it also bases on like the shape of your mouth while you're doing it on the sounds that come out.
Yeah, like
It's very much in like bluegrass. And
Oh,
stuff
frick! That's what
the
that is?
original 808 drum.
Oh. No, I know exactly that sound. I've always wondered what kind of like.
Yeah, it's the
Weird
thing,
ass
it's the
instrument
thing
it
that
is.
sounds like when you pull back one of those little springs that go behind a
Yeah,
door.
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I hear it a lot in probably
But yeah,
most
I
recently,
mean,
Tyler
I've
Childers.
actually messed around with one of them. I'm just
Okay. Oh, I know
so
exactly
many
what that
years
is.
ago.
You're a liar.
Nah, man, I'm from the South, dude. I
That's a
I learned how to
musical-
play spoons and stuff.
That's a
dude.
musical instrument joke I just made. Calling you a liar.
All right, well, challenge accepted. So I guess we'll have to do a part 2.
We're
where
gonna
I
start
come
a
back here
bluegrass band.
playing that for Mark and you guys.
Well, listen, I grew up in the bluegrass country, man. Like I can play a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I'm kind of upset I can say that too.
I will say.
I'm not upset about it, man. You know what?
I love bluegrass.
Well, my friend used to say
bluegrass. I consider bluegrass mountain music.
Here's the best.
More or less,
I can
but
see
it's
that.
a style
it
of
started
country music.
in the
yeah.
Appalachian.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's what my friend used to describe bluegrass as. It's the metal of country.
It
It's
kind
the
of
metal
is.
of
Because
country.
bluegrass is
Dude,
like.
have you heard?
Yeah.
Have you heard the bluegrass metal?
Oh, yeah.
have.
Yeah, I have actually.
It's actually dope.
It's dope as shit.
It's
No, I
dope.
freaking love bluegrass and like
I'm
everything
like,
about
man.
it.
So I want to change maybe our tangent a little bit.
Okay.
So you've been in Denver 5 years. Majority of us,
I'm
2
like just
years?
shy of 2.
2 years. 2 years. Also 3 years. So all the hosts a little less than you, right?
Yeah.
So I want to know a little bit. What was the Denver scene before COVID? Or like the music scene before COVID, and what is it like now that we're getting back into it?
Before COVID, I was like going out and about because I moved over here, and I had never done like anything solo before. So it's like either you throw yourselves to the wolves, or you go out and about music shows and everything. Everything's like live as fuck out here.
Was it to the windows and to the walls?
To the wall, to the sweat drop down, your
Balls?
your balls or my balls?
Yes.
Everyone's
All
balls.
ski-
Okay,
skeet,
everyone's
motherfucker.
balls.
All skeet.
Everybody's got balls, everybody. I actually enjoyed the music scene. Like, it took me a minute to, like, get accustomed to how nice everybody was over here. Because, growing up in the South and being...
Even East Coast, dude. Just East Coast is like that.
Yeah, man, it's just, Yeah. No comment.
So being from Florida, what's the music scene like down there?
The music scene down there, the music scene down there is, they were always competing with here, which is also another reason why I came here. But to be honest with you, my little brother Matt, he edged me on to fucking move here and stuff. And I came here, but the difference in the scene back in Florida and here is,
I will say the Florida
racism.
Well, yeah, but also the Florida death metal scene is legit.
Oh yeah,
Like, they throw down.
for sure. Like
Even the pop punk scene down there's fucking dope.
No,
Like,
but
that's where Data
Florida,
yeah,
but Florida
right.
is known for their
Mayday
death metal.
parades from Tallahassee, actually, the city that I went to college in. I actually used to hang out with those guys all the time.
Really?
Yeah. And then they got famous, and then I could only hang out with them, and then I started touring, so, And I was doing reggae, they were doing,
Their thing.
alternative. Yeah, right. But they lived across the street from, like, people that I always hung out with, It was fun, but, yeah, the racism, dude, that's pretty much the difference in the music scenes up here. They're both live, but Denver has, like, a little bit more scenic, like, venues and stuff like that.
Red Rocks is fucking gnarly.
Yeah, it is, and you can like literally switch it around. But you see one beach, you see another beach, you see another beach. There's nothing but beaches. Reggae is island music.
As they say, beaches ain't shit.
Beaches ain't shit, but hoes
you
are
have-
tricks.
You have 99 problems, but a beach ain't one.
Yeah, man, I'm in the mountains now. Some places that I used to play in down in the South,
Well, I can.
it's very fucking weird, man. And I was the only like complete like black person in the group. Like there was a light skinned guy in the group, and he plays saxophone.
Jesus Christ, that's so stereotypical.
But
Did he know Careless Whisper?
yeah, we played that song a few times.
Sick.
Yeah.
Anybody that plays a saxophone has to know that song.
Yeah, he didn't really care too much for it. He just kind of
I'd assume not.
He listened to it once. He was like, because he liked playing jazz and blues. So, but most horn players like
Both of
playing
those
that
are hockey
stuff.
teams.
Jazz and blues.
Yeah.
Man, I thought those were the next connect. You know what I'm saying?
What's been your favorite venue to play in Denver?
Ooh, good question.
Oh man, right now, because I didn't finish my CD before COVID hit, and then it was South after that, like with all the like the like spacing restrictions
Oh, of course.
and all that crap, and I would say right now Herman's Hideaway was the best one I've played.
Okay.
And that's like I did one more show at the Trailside Saloon after that, which is a cool place, Also, that's up in like Thornton though. But yeah, I would say Herman's Hideaway over off of Broadway was the best place so far. Like,
Sponsor us.
Yeah,
I do enjoy Herman's.
Yeah, Herman's, like, I like the vibe there. All the people that work there, they said they enjoyed my set. All my friends said I put on a good show, so I was pretty proud of myself. And it's always stressing, like never being a solo artist, and then going out there and throwing yourselves to the wolves.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So
Yeah.
you're coming out with you've been working on an album, right?
Yeah,
Talk to us a little bit about that.
I've been working on a acoustic album with all the songs that I have written since I moved from Florida to here. And it's taken some time, working, got bills to pay, all that stuff. Since I compose, I write lyrics, and I play all the instruments, that takes time too. And just continuously writing new material to present. You just got to keep writing, Like any emotion that you're feeling that perturbs you or anything like that, just get it down on paper. It doesn't even have to make sense.
Well, 100%. So this is an interesting quote. I don't know if anyone knows Hollywood and Dead or not.
Yeah.
But one of their quotes was, "You have your entire life to write your first album, but a year to write your second."
Yeah.
Right. That's kind of like the name of the game with recording.
That's pretty
right?
much it, because at that point, you're famous, and you got a time crunch
Unless you're a Tool.
Unless you're Tool.
Well,
Yeah, because they'll take 16 years between an album.
Well, they established
bro.
a fan base that loves them so much already. Like you said, you're already famous enough at that point. But
Yeah.
a lot of turnarounds is you tour for a year, you record for 6 months, and that's whole promoting the album the next part of the 6, and then you tour the next year.
Yeah, but
You
you
have
also have to keep in mind that while you're doing all that, you're still playing shows, because you got to keep yourself in the light you created, because it will burn out. If you don't, you have to stay consistent with doing shows. But and it's physically and mentally exhausting. But at least if you wake up 2 hours of sleep, your boss is already conditioned to do it. You go eat breakfast, get ready, sound check, all that stuff, do the show, and then you have to mingle with the fans. If you got merchandise, you got to sign posters, all that stuff. You have to worry about that. And
Push the merch.
Yeah, right. And then crashing and all that stuff, and you just repeat it again, basically.
Yeah, but you have less time the next time to do it. That's the thing. Is it's nice. I hate saying this, but the positive thing about your foot being or your leg being broken is
it's teaching me how to slow down and
slow down, figure out what you want to do, and actually organize what your future is going to be.
You weren't supposed to take that literal, right?
Yeah.
To
When
break
they
a
tell
leg.
you to break a leg, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't, man. I wasn't trying to. But
Well, on the kind of towards the end of this podcast, let's get you to plug your social media. Talk a little bit about the new project you're working on with this new band.
Okay.
And promote yourself a little bit, man. That's the whole point of this part.
All right. Well, if you want to find me, I am on
Colfax and
Instagram.
12th.
I am on the corner of Broadway and Colfax. You know what I'm saying? I kick it over there with all the hood rats. No, I'm kidding. If you want to find me on Facebook, I am there as TK, and that is TEE space KAY. And yes, you will see me with my broke foot mountain. That is me sitting in a river tube at a barbecue. Also Instagram and Snapchat. That is T Sermon 84. If you want to contact me on that. I also have music up on SoundCloud. If you want to hear my recent stuff. My old stuff is Swayja Vu, and that's spelled SWAY space JAH space VU.
And that's on Spotify?
That's on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. We're on Google Music. We're on iHeartRadio.
Google Music's a thing?
Yeah. Oh, they discontinued that, whatever it's called
I
now.
didn't even know that.
Well, anyway,
But my new project
yeah.
Yeah, like I just started like jamming out with these guys, you know. I can't really say much right now about this because it's in the works, but it's coming along, like, and hopefully we'll be out there pretty soon to play a show for you guys.
Well, I love it. I want to thank our host going through massive amounts of traffic just getting here.
I'm so sick of rush hour traffic. I think we should go back to COVID, like those like first month of COVID when there was no one on the roads. Let's just go back to that.
Don't you know you have to have drive?
Oh my God, Mark. All right. Anyway, make sure you follow us on Spotify. Check us out on Patreon if you want to support the podcast. I want to thank our special guest TK for coming. And
Thank you guys for having me.
You are more than welcome. I'll just have you back because this was fun. And
I want to hear more about the mouth harp.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that later. But also make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, your mom's cell phone number that we're in because she always hits us up.
Yeah. We're under Pizza Hut in her phone. We're under Pizza Hut.
We're Team Snapchat on her Snapchat.
I thought we were Team Ramrod.
You can find us on Teams as well.
Team Ramrod. Team Ramrod. Say it. Team Ramrod.
Ramrod.
I'm not saying that.
If you say shenanigans one more time, you want to say all the crazy stuff on the wall? Shenanigans? Cap?
All right, meow.
We want to thank you guys so much for watching. And again, make sure you follow us so we can explode this podcast. And all the people in Belgium, thank you so much for watching. I swear to God, this is so awesome. You guys are watching our shit.
I expect you guys to send us some waffles and chocolate at some point.
Stop it. They're going to hate us.
That's the point.
No, it's not.
That's
no, it's not, Mark.
That's why they listen to us.
I don't think that's
before this podcast, Mark has been the black sheep this whole podcast. This little turd.
He's dressed in all black.
That's true.
So am I.
Also true.
Times two.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And as our tradition is, peace.
Yahtzee.